Warm welcome to all. We are going to discuss remote team management in this video. Remote team management and virtual team management both are going to be same. Meaning usually in a project people will be working in a same place, meaning that it is a co-located. But in remote management or virtual team management, people will be working as a team or individual from a different locations. They are not co-located, but they will be working in a different location. But the advantage is they always show the progress of the project. Okay, there are so many favoring points which is enabling. Let us talk about 10-15 years back. Whether this kind of a thing even thought of. Yes, when you ask this question, whether the remote team management was possible at that time, the answer is no. The reason is that we don't have that kind of a facility the way technology is providing, and the globalization concept has come now. So all these things were not there. Today everything is in a shape. So you can understand the globalization. So we are breaking the boundaries. We can give the product or service across the boundaries, no worries. And we have the skillful people availability across the globe. And their expertise is also in, it is a scattered. So we can hire these people from a different location for your progress of a project. It is possible. When it is possible, the technology, because how we are connecting, that connecting point is the ICT, the information communication technology coming into the a place, so that 24 hours can be used. When we talk about the 24 hours we are referring here the time zone, because when one part of your globe is a dark, another is a day, so it toggles. So if we want to utilize the day part of 24 hours of the globe, it is possible. Because once the favoring points comes, IT information technology industries are very happy about it. So they started doing it. They are hiring the people in different place and different roles, but different expertise in such a way that the expertise on skills are complementary to each other. So they have different kind of a technology available today to get them connected, to discuss, to show productivity and take the progress. So here when we talk about the remote team management, friends, there are participants or components to it, because different people are working from the different locations for sure. Then how these teams are going to be formed, how they are going to interact with each other, how they are going to understand the progress, all these things will come into question. So in remote team management, the three components are very essential. The parts are teams, tools and disciplines. Let us look into one by one. So when we talk about the teams include sponsors, lead management members, supervisors, peers mean public relationship officers, then workers. Sponsors are the people who are really bringing money into it. They are investing, they are the fund, they are funding the project. So the lead management includes the leaders, because in RTM there are different locations, so we need leaders, the top management people who are all committed for executing this work of the project. So there are lead management, the top management. Coming to supervisor, so that includes the managers for a development or delivery, who is really watching out and monitoring the assigned jobs are done at this location or not. So those people are called supervisors. PRs usually come into the great projects and the government projects, public relationship officers, and workers are the people really working with the different skills. Okay, coming the second part is the tools. The tools plays a vital role. The reason is that when people are working from the different location, it is necessary the project need have the conversation. They want to talk to each other. They want to take the progress of the project. That is possible if they have necessary tools in. Where again there are some challenges in remote team management, because people are working from the different locations, so that could be different culture, different languages they are using, they are different time zones they are working on. So we should how to prepare a harmony among the harmony. We mean that how we have a standard platform so that everybody can understand, so the miscommunication should not be there, gap level should be very much reduced. That is the ultimate of remote team management tools. So for presentation, instead of talking somebody and listening somebody, that could be problem is misunderstanding. To avoid it, usually in team management, people will have these presentation modes in which they will clearly mention what they are going to discuss in the high level points. Then they will project the ideas or project the concept there in the PPTs. It could be even a spreadsheet, it could be a document, it could be anything which they can uh, uh, put it common, so that all the stakeholders or all the participants can very easily understand, so that the misunderstanding or gap is very much drastically reduced. However, if at all there is a misunderstanding, we can always take it up with the teams for the clarity. So there are a number of presentation tools available. I told you PPTs, the spreadsheet or a document, or even your sometimes your team chats will be useful. Discussion, whatever discussion we are doing it, that can be recorded, that can be used as a basic material for the progress. Second one is the communication. Definitely communication is very essential, because how we are going to talk to each other, that is most important. The best, usually we know that telephones, but telephones, it is a little less used, rather because of the ICT has brought a lot of telecommunication channels. It's like Skype, Teams, Zoom, all these things are available. So what is the best advantage here is that you can have the video conferencing or audio conferencing. You can have the video conferencing, along with you can share your screen so that people can see, people can even during this thing they can chat, during even the discussion they can share the document. All these facilities are available, so this tool is essentially used. Coming to another part is that how we are going to sharing the documentation. Why we are talking about documentation? Friends, we should understand all the project, everything is on record, and this based on the record only people will be doing. Even the SDLC process, the business requirement document is the base for the technology design document. When the design document is prepared, then the coders, the team will be using the design document, accordingly they are coding it. So document is a base based on which they are going to do it. So in this case, when people are working in a different location, it is essentially the document should also move along and they should keep it. So there are emails are the best one which we are doing it, but emails also limitation, because if the size of the document is too high, it is not possible. Then we will have a common share area where people can have the access, like a SharePoint, like a team site. You can put the document there so that everybody can access that. Then the document should be kept permanently also till the closure of the project. Even closure of the project we need it, because there is a IT audit happening from both the sides, maybe from the client side or the industry side. So it is essential to keep it. So the repository comes into the picture. So nowadays cloud-based repositories are very famous, and it is cheaper as well. So the Dropbox or Google Drive, then SharePoint, or if at all the company needs to have it only in-house, they may have some servers where they ask us to keep. That is also possible to keep, but repository is essential. Then comes the progress monitoring. So how whenever there are tools to follow how the progress go, how the calls, whenever the calls are happening, we have the MOMs. Based on the MOs, we are just moving forward the progress. So, and if at all some clarification is sought, some requirement is sought, all these things need some tools through which we can do. The Jira is the very famous tool which we are all using it. Then there are so many PM tools. In older days, quality control was the one which people try to use this. So just I am highlighting here, friends, there are tools available according to the nature of the project, according to the nature of the stakeholder engagement. We need to have the correct tool for the correct project. Then comes our discipline. Discipline is very, very essential for the remote team management. The reason is that because people are working from a different places and they have different culture, different languages. So in that case, discipline is the one which is a standard platform or a standard basic line which everybody has to follow. Now there are some discipline which I am mentioning it here is the hangout. So hangout is that usually people will have the work-life balance and they will take the break. So the break is one of the things naturally it will happen because we cannot work all the other people are working time because of the time difference, time zone difference. So we will have to in between also we will have to take a hangouts break. The break we will have to have a discipline. We should be taking the break in such a way that our work is not impacted, getting impacted, number one. Number two, if there is a dependency, when the other person is available, we should look out in such a way that we are not taking the breakout when other person is available. So that way, that is a discipline. Then status call every day, because when you look into the agile methodology wherein there is a stand-up or status call and things are delivered in a sprint. With a 2 sprint we are delivering some business value additions, right? It is a short span. So definitely there are status calls are happening, it should happen, and in the calls people should be present, she should be present, the status what is assigned to them in terms of the task working, and most importantly is they will have to bring out the challenges. They should not hide out the challenges. Then one-to-one pair meeting, why we are talking about, there could be some, always people are interacting, there could be some corner, some misunderstanding will be there. So if at all some jerk is there, it is not in the open meeting we discussed, we should always have a one-on-one pair. So that will be better ease of working, that gives a better harmony as well. Then newsletter publishing, because if the project is moving, everybody wants to know what is happening, because as I said, the teams include here. So you have sponsors, team lead managers, supervisors, workers and peers, everybody knows. So the newsletter publishing is one of the standard, people will be following it. And again we have the red alerts. Red alerts means we have some plan, we are executing it, but somehow one or the other thing is creeping out. So those incidents should go across all the team members, so that people can understand, yes, there is a red alert, that we will have to, there is something happening in the project, so we will have to, there could be chances they will have to have the resilience to adjust what is happening, or they will have to discuss short term in a short time, they will have to meet, we will have to decide how to cope. So red alerts is one of the mechanism. So in informing all the people, then just like that, the notification is a common one, which will have which will inform any notifiable items to them. Then reports and dashboard progressively, once the project moves on, then definitely the progress is also to be tracked, right? So the reports, dashboards will have, it will have not only the sweet points, there will be pain points also mentioned there, so that what is the action to be taken to mitigate all these things will also can understand from these reports and dashboards. Then comes the lessons learned. Every phase the project gives some lessons. These lessons should be learned, recorded, and how these lessons are, when there is an event, that event how it is mitigated. All these things will be very helpful for the further. The same thing happen in future, we have at least some solution in our hand. So the lessons learned is also the conference call, all. Okay, before getting into these meetings, let us talk about how this collaboration happening in the remote team management. First, see, there is a project we will have to do. Now what is given to understand is that people are working in a different location. Number one, the project will have multiple tasks, it is very clear. So we need to have a list of tasks, we need to have a list of people. From, it is not list of people only, it is list of people with respect to the location. Then we will have to have the span who will be doing what, how long they will be doing, and so that is what we are talking about. who are the stakeholders, what are this WBS is work breakdown structure. This is nothing but list of the task. We will have to identify the task and who are all the resources going to work on it, how long they are going to work that, because the availability of resource also it is limited. Friends, we are thinking that if somebody is working in a different location and 100% can we take, no, the resource might be sparing only 25% to this project and 75% to another project. That is possible. So his availability time is also very important. Then comes this RASI matrix. RASI matrix is very famous and everybody should understand. In a project, there are people, this RACI stands for, R means responsible, who is very responsible, accountable, A stands for accountability, and C stands for who is confirming it, and I stands for who is to be informed. So we will have to prepare this matrix. These are all RACI is one column, and in every row we will have to have the individual roles or individuals names, so that what will happen, so who is what kind of a responsibility, what kind of the attachment and dedication he'll be he will be having in the project can be understand from the RASI. Again, RASI is also a running document, meaning that when resources are moving out, we means yes, as I already said, our resources are allotted only 25%, but the project needs more. So there could be chances another person coming in, or there could be a chance other person who can spell full out. So this resource will go out, new resource will come in. These are all a natural thing happening in a project, friends. So this is a startup work, and how we are going to set in up. So we have all these tasks, we have the time, we have the resources allotted, everything, and how long they are going to do, and what is expected, that is most important. What is deliverable, which is part is going to be delivered at what time and what date. Then there could be chance that the tasks are interrelated. If that is the case, how these linkage of these interrelated tasks are going to be done. And not last but not the least, everywhere the risk is a point, whether the availability of the resource might be a risk, availability of some technical component might be the risk. There could be sometimes we will be expecting the server availability, but the server is not available. So these are all the things which we are going to talk about the risk. The risk will have high, medium, low impact. So accordingly, that means the registry is also maintained. This is the setting up. Okay, everything all set. I have the list of people, I have list of tasks, I have also allotment, and everything is moving. Then how I am going to make it happen? The simple way is that I will have to conduct the meeting. The meeting will have some outcome collection, because during the progress people will talk about the status, people will talk about what is completed, what is needed, what are the challenges, everything people will be talking about. So all these things are getting recorded, and what are the deliverables done, or those things also available. So we will be knowing the outcome, we will be knowing what is the progress. Then once it is summarized, why we are summarizing, stakeholders, especially top management, does not want each and every activity. They want only the high level activity and high level progress. We have a progress meter usually in the dashboard shown for that. Dashboards, we will be publishing it. When we talk about these reports, dashboard, all these things, it means that it should satisfy the expectations of all the stakeholders. That is very important. The stakeholder cannot depend on somebody else for other things. So your dashboard is complete with respect to the, at least the dashboard. It may be different also for PRs which you are giving, for supervisor which you are giving, or for sponsors which you are giving. It may be different. There is no problem, because their expectations and the roles to play in the project are different. So we can have the different, no worries about it. But only thing is that it should be complete. The information should be very complete. And we need to find out the risk radar. As I told you, whatever risk you identify, there is a register, that also we will have to following it up, whether some, usually over the time some risk will automatically go. There are some risk which we will have to have a mitigation plan. There are some risks which you are pointing out, it may not impact the project immediately, but later point. So those things will be kept in the register, and we will have to find it out how the radar moves. Then the last one is that, see, when we even talk about all these things are concept, we give the timeline, we give the task, it will be delivered, but is it going to happen? There are sometimes it may deviate, because one or the other reason it will happen. It is not uncommon, it is a very common activity happening. So that time, what is the variance, what exactly, what is the date it should be delivered, what is happening to it, what are the date, original planned date and delivered date, all these analysis, everything will be done. These with this virtual meetings, how we are going, this is, so you yourself can understand that your virtual meeting is going to drive the whole project progress. So essentially what is to be done, your virtual meeting conduct, the way you are conducting should be very, it should be very, very meticulously planned. So some of the points which I have given that it should have the agenda, it should be, agenda means what you are going to do. During the discussion, somebody will be assigned with the work to do, that is what action points. So it should be there, the time schedule for the agenda should be clear. Then when you are calling different people from different location, naturally their availability should be, confirmed. That is what we will have to consensus in the timing, conduct it. Then new people are coming, we need to give the introduction to them by starting the meeting in the right time, ask them to have some little background, and whatever so far it is that there should be a summarization, there should be a confirmation happening it. Again, see the stories, as I have told you, challenges and bottlenecks should be well discussed, and the MOM to be published, and we will have to produce what are the discussions happen, what is the point, because this is in short we can say that MOM, minutes of the meeting, but still there could be chances if the minutes is going to be high level, there should be separate discussion point should be kept. If it is going to be very, very essential and all the discussion be recorded, it is always good to have it. Then repository should be maintained, and every resource will have, before coming to the meeting, they should be well prepared and it should be available for the meeting. Okay, so far so good. We are talking about the remote team management, but there is a critical success factors which we need to discuss. I'm just highlighted here. What are the critical success factors? If you want your remote team management to be thoroughly good, effectively producing what your objectives of the project, if it is attained and all, your critical success factors play a vital role here. The number one is the employee. Yes, the employee should be expert. He should be skillful. He should be competent enough to handle the situation, and he should be self-motive. Correct. He should be team player. He should be giving hands to others in such a way, very sporty person. That way employees. Coming to communication, communication is very essential. Communication is oxygen. It is very, very, very essential. Usually what happens, there could be chances, these meetings and all, it will take, the conversation take much a longer time. So we will have to have your communication skill which you are talking about, you will have to short and sweet, you will have to tell it out and highlight more which are the things which are impacting. Then comes relationship. The relationships, as I already told you, people are working from different locations. So ultimately, how do you know how to build the relationship? The major part comes here is that we will this is not a single set, we can find it out over the period, over and over the conversation meeting happening, you will understand the relationship is slowly built on it. So respect others' skills, respect others' timing, respect others' views. These are all the important things. Then culture, as I already pointed out, this is going to talk about, because people are working from the different countries and different locations. They have a different way of the time zones are different, language is different, even the way of expectation, how these things will different. I will tell you small thing. Some country people like hi, some people may not like. My country people may not like. They rather use the word hello. Some people say that dear. Some people ending with the mail with a thank you. These are all some of the facets which over the people will understand. Accordingly, we will have to handle it. Bottom of the day, friends, we are going to mingle with the people, so we will have to understand the expectations and accordingly we will have to move. That gives a better harmony. Then time zones, already I talked about the time zone. So the more thing is that whenever any meeting is there, any discussion we want to have the people of a different time zone, have the consensus and don't impact. Don't get yourselves also impacted, don't impact others. That is most important. That is the way we will have to do that. Okay, productivity. This is when you write, when the expected product is delivered at the right time, as scheduled, with the right quality, with the right teamwork, so we achieve the product. That is what we are looking into, but many times it gets creeps. So usually we need to understand, and our goals, everything goes towards the productivity. The sense of productivity is very important to all the people who are working here. Then comes the burnout. Burnout really talks how to work, how to perform. So you need to have your work-life balance. You need to respect your health. You need to respect your family. Parallelly, you need to respect the project also. Same way, you need to respect your colleagues working from different places, so that a proper weightage will be given. So if these kind of a senses, talking from communication, burnouts, culture, all this is coming, and it is grown within individuals, naturally the individuals will be a good team players and they will be bringing a best productivity of the project. So friends, then coming down, one more point which I want to talk about. Recently, IT industry, the moment people started working the remote, the work from home is a common one. It's a new common. And IT industry working from common, it is not a big thing because we have everything, because most of the time our working on only laptop and technologies and conversation and all, which could be easily done by our own technology available within the company. So work from home is very common to us. Then the question is that what are the small best practice or discipline to be followed here is that in general, see, when we work at home, we know that we are inside the home. So naturally, we will have to take care of our health, take care of the separate place, and the place should be also comfortable in working, because the ergonomics is also very important. So you should be free from the sound disturbances or discussion, any family or friends discussions. All these things should be free, and you should be properly lighting, property aeration. All these things could be kept. Coming down to gadgets, it is very essential. You will have to take care of your laptop. It is fully charged. You should have a power. In case the power cutout is there, then you will have to have a alternative plan how to handle it at all. You need to have that. Again, your Wi-Fi router, or if you are using your mobile data, all these things you will have to look into. You should ensure that proper bandwidth is available, so that at no point your work is getting stuck. Again, when you are working from home, it is essentially you should ensure that what all the artifact like a SharePoint or some of the servers, database servers you are supposed to access, everything should be, your credential should, you should have the right credential, and it should be enabled from accessing from your home and all these things. Then if it is maintained, it is very good. Last but not the least, your email etiquette. You need to follow the email etiquette, because you are working from home. You can understand what I'm coming from. You cannot show any anger. You should be very polite. Your meeting communication or email communication, you will have to take. So thank you friends for watching this video. Thanks all. I'll meet you all with another title in another video. Okay, bye bye.